So there's my boy Apollo, and we're here at Bell Farms in Norco to take our lesson. At some point in the lesson, the camera started following the dog, so I'm just gonna clip that part out. So there'll be like a choppy point where I'm gonna click that out, and then we'll go back to the video. This is sorry. This is our second lesson with Stacia. We were here last week, but I totally forgot to bring my camera and my horse tracker thing. So yeah, we're back again today, and I'm wearing these white pants that hopefully will work for the show. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So it's just a little bit less than a week away. So the camera's going to follow this horse. So I'm going to stop it here, and then we'll just cut to our lesson. Alright, so I'm entering the arena, and I'm just going to do my warm-up. And he's so cute, so of course you guys want to watch him warm up, right? What am I talking about? I'm the only one who watches these videos. So of course I want to watch him warm up because he's so cute. So at some point I come around and I stop to put on my mic so I can talk to Stacia while she sits by my camera. So I'm going to stop it at that point, because I doubt you want to just watch me sit there. Okay, so I just cut out the part that I walked over there to put the earbuds in so I can talk with Stacia during my lesson, and I just cut that out because I think I was standing there for quite a bit trying to figure out how to put it on my maternity pants. Yeah, so these are maternity pants that I bought because buying just extra large breeches still kind of put pressure on the baby. So I thought that I would feel more comfortable if I just got white maternity pants for the show. So I'm trying them out today, and actually Stacia said they looked like breeches to her. So I'm going to be wearing these at our show on the 5th, and I think they look really nice. So here we're just trotting around the arena. He does look a little off on that left front. So we did actually take him to the vet a couple weeks ago now, and we got some x-rays. On that left front, he's just super upright. There's barely any pastern angle, and so that's what's causing him discomfort there. The vet is pretty confident that corrective shoeing will allow him to feel more comfortable without any injections or other management. So he hasn't got his corrective shoeing yet because I don't want to put shoes on him before the show because I'm hoping to get his pony card at the show. And if I put shoes on him, it's going to raise him up a little bit. So I'd like him to be as flat as possible for that. So I'm going to have the shoer come out just before the show, get him shod, and then see if he'll measure for a pony card. And then after that, the shoer will come back out and put his corrective shoes on. So we're just warming up here. I think I just go once each way, nice and low. I'm not asking him to be in a frame, just trying to get a nice good rhythm. I'm telling Stacia to move her seat so she can be next to my camera. Well, I told her to move my camera, and she's like, no, I'm just going to move my chair over there. So she's moving her chair to my camera so I can hear her. And we're just finishing up our little warm-up here. He's so cute. It's definitely not a long and low warm-up. He did stretch down a couple times, but just a little bit.
So, right now, after you're done,
it's just warming up those muscles before we put him in any kind of asking for anything.
I'm not too worried. If he feels a little funny, I'm not too worried about it. If you're like riding him long and low and just letting him kind of warm up on his own.
He's so cute. Look at him.
So,
oh, you're so cute.
How has he been since this last week?
So, I'm messing with my earpiece because it fell out, and like throughout my whole lesson, my left earpiece fell out, and so I just had the right earpiece in for most of it.
Okay.
So, which is fine. It was just kind of weird when I was going along and my left earpiece fell out. Now he's definitely stretching a little bit more. Oh, I went 2 times around this way, I guess. I meant to go 2 times around each way.
I know. Okay.
Alright, I'm going to let Stacia take it from here, and then I am going to cut out that bit of video that the camera lost me, because there's no use watching just the stalls on the other side. I mean, it went all the way 360. It's facing the it's facing backwards. It's not even facing the arena. So
before you do that at the walk, I want you just to open up your inside rein and see if you can get him to follow that inside rein and bend around that inside leg. Yeah, so see how he stopped and kind of spun? I want him to walk around that inside leg. Yep. So even though you're doing that now, and even though it's a small circle, pay attention to that outside shoulder. Does it step out as you do the circle, or does it actually come around to the left? Yeah, so when it goes out, there's a couple of ways you can do. As you're stepping with that inside hind, you're going to take a little bit of that left rein, almost like you're going to not pull them, but pull them a little bit to the inside. Yep, and now you might need to shorten up your rein again. Just the inside. And then pull, 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 pull. So see, yep, so now I want you to go, and it's a little tug, okay? Now I want you to do that, but add more leg. Outside leg. Outside leg. Yep, there we go. Now walk out of it. So you can do that. Or, as you ask him to turn, you're going to use that outside thigh and think about pushing that outside thigh so that right front crosses over. There we go. Same there. Now walk out of it. Now do the same to the right. The reason why I really like this is because a lot of times when we want them to be supple, you know, we always talk about they have to start from the hind end, they have to go through their back, yada, yada, yada. But we always seem to forget if they're actually truly, the energy is following in the same direction. So if you don't get that front left or that outside, you know, his outside shoulder to follow, you're not going to truly achieve that. Does that make sense? You can do a good job and make it better, but especially ones that are hard bracing or they just feel like they lock up in their neck or their wither, this is a good exercise for them. And then what I would do is I would do sometimes is cut a circle to the right, have them be straight, following my seat, circle to the left, be straight, following to my seat. So even though you're making small circles, they need to understand this means bend and soften, this means straight, bend and soften. Because when you do 2-loop serpentines, or 3-loop serpentines, or any size, you're doing the exact same thing. There you go. I mean, he is super soft in his jaw. When you go to flex him to the right, he does want to give. But make sure you do have that inside leg so he has something to bend around. So I love that inside shape. I just want more of that shoulder. But keep that forward. Did you see when you first started, he powered through that? I want that. Good, and then let's go ahead and do that at the trot. You don't have to make as small circles, but make like 10-meter circles. Has to be small enough that he actually bends, but not small enough where you turn and take that steady and dead walking. Yep, and then flex into the right, and then do a circle to the right. Really add that inside leg. Now outside leg, outside leg. Yep, and then stay on the circle to the right for me. Yeah, so see how now he's kind of fighting it a little bit? Take a little bit more of that inside rein for me and add a little bit more inside leg. Good. Turn your body for me. Now outside thigh, thigh, thigh. Yeah, we're getting better. Good, now go straight. Ah ha ha, I like that. Now turn him to the left. So you're going to need a lot of inside leg to help him balance because that left front's a little sore, right? So we're not going to, yep, inside leg, good, good. Now I want you to shorten up that inside rein just a hair and get him to follow and give, like 2 inches more. Inside leg, there we go, here we go. Good, now soften and go out of it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with your 3-loop serpentine. So when you do the 3-loop serpentine, when you come quarter line, I want you to think about straightening. When you pass center line, think of your new bend. When you come across your second center line, outside leg sends him around. Does that make sense? Yeah. But if you feel like you're turning here and he's drifting that outside shoulder, counter flex him or move him over, okay? I'd much rather you think about the quality of how he feels underneath you before you think about your accuracy of your loops, okay? So here, if he's falling in, move him off. If he's bulging the shoulder, straighten him out a little bit. Now leg yield him into your new outside rein. Yep, that's okay. Now leg yield him into that outside rein. Make him straight. Leg yield him into your new outside rein. Yeah. So let's go ahead and stay on a 20-meter circle to the left. And then I want you to, without you changing the flexion so much in your hand, I want you to change the flexion of his bend from your leg. Even if you don't feel like anything happened, if you get an inch, be happy with it. If you feel like you get a half an inch, be happy with it. The fact that you're putting those legs on and moving them in between your legs, in the reins, hi Keela, that you're starting to teach him more. Can you hear me still? Nope, stay on that. I want you to flex him to the outside without moving your hands. Change the bend with your leg. Flex him to the outside.
Yeah, when I
Hold on, I actually muted you.
don't want to listen to me anymore.
No. Can you hear me? When I went to get up, I like spilled my coffee. I pulled the ear thing out. Oh no, you're good. And I mean not that much, just a little bit. And then so. Alright, so yeah. No, they look really good. The biggest thing is when you do change the serpentine, make sure you're riding both reins into the outside. You're like, oh, his head's down, he's lovely, but he's not in both sides of the reins equally.
Yeah.
I think
I was bending more in the neck instead of like
in the body. Yep. But that's also why doing the 20-meter circle and moving the body is a good exercise, because you can see how hard it is for him to move his body. So it baits you when you feel like you're running out of space to just bring the neck around. And that's why, my favorite, the 3-loop serpentine's not my favorite exercise in a way to move the body to get them supple, because when you're coming and you're going and having to change, you don't have that much time. And then we go, oh, we gotta turn, and we kind of abandon our goal, and then just to get it done, which is great when you have to do that at a show. But when you're schooling, do it on a 20-meter circle, then test it on a 3-loop serpentine. Is he really moving off my leg? Is he actually really bending through his body? Or am I doing things for him because I'm going to freak out because we're going to hit the end of the rail? So, do you want to run through your test? Yeah. What would
B and C, and so C has a little bit of canter on it.
Okay.
I was gonna suggest that we probably do a few canter transitions next week.
Okay.
He just struggled picking up that left one, but
Right.
just confirmation.
All right. Next week, my plan. Okay, so, you need to leave here by 2, right? All right. Maybe can we possibly do a Tuesday next week? Okay, because I'm trying to get Bob to LA on Tuesday, leave him there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm going to drive out there on Wednesday, turn around and come back. But I have the jumping on Wednesdays, and just Kirsten has the dressage on Wednesdays. So if I go to LA in the morning, we may not be able to make it back here in time for you to run through your your test. So if we could possibly do a Tuesday, I can probably be here by noon on Tuesday. I don't know. Probably noonish. Would that work or no? Okay.
I don't know exactly where my transitions are. I know the pattern, but so I mean I know it's in a corner somewhere, so I'll just choose a corner and do the transition.
How much does he remember his test?
Him?
Yeah.
The first time we ever wrote a test is like that was a couple weeks ago. So I don't know.
Okay. Let me find my phone and make it.
Okay. Your dog's helping you with your coffee.
You're the cutest though.
So when I run through a test, I notice I ride like differently.
Yes,
Cooper,
we
you got
all
your
do.
baby out. And so I've just been practicing.
What are you doing? So this is what I'm going to tell you. You're not running through a test. You're riding your horse on a pattern that everybody else does. There's no judge that sits at sea. It doesn't matter. Your job is to see, hey, have I done my homework on a pattern? How can I make my horse the best on this pattern? Throw away the test, throw away the score, throw away that mindset. Just ride your horse. Gloria gives me a lot of shit because I don't look at my dressage test till like the day of. And the reason why is because if I look at my test and memorize my test, or I mean, even if I ride the test over and over and over again, I start overthinking things And I'm like, oh, it was so much better here. Oh, I didn't, and I stop feeling the horse. I start riding the test and not feeling what the horse actually needs me to do. So, as you're going through this, I want you to have that same mindset. How does my horse feel? How do I make him feel better? What I would do is if he picks up the wrong lead, try on that 20-meter circle. If you don't get it, move on. You're only going to get a 0 if you don't show it, but it's not worth you getting frazzled. Move on. It's just one little box. Yep, bring him down the trot. Try again. Try the whole time on the circle. And if you don't get, I know it does, but if you don't get it, you don't get it, move on. The worst thing you're gonna get is a 0 because you didn't show it on one little box out of 9. That's what intro is for. Okay, so A, interworking trot, X, halt through medium walk. So you can walk before you halt. And truthfully, if he braces ever so slightly, the judge can't directly see that if you're straight. Yeah, that's okay.
Hey, Steph. Try earplugs in him.
Yep, so here, when you did that transition, you didn't have a feel of his mouth. So make sure you shorten up your reins and actually hold his mouth. You're not pulling back, you're just holding it. Now put your leg on and turn and look at C. There you go. Just because he's wagging his head around doesn't mean you change how you ride. You're like, that sucks, buddy, we're still turning. There you go, now stretch up, breathe. Wiggle the reins, wiggle the reins, wiggle the reins. Alright, and halt. We definitely overcrossed X. So you're going to want to think about that a lot sooner. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. I'm pretty, yeah. And then proceed working trot, C, track left. E, circle left 20 meters. So the biggest thing with him is when you ride him forward, he looks actually lovely. So don't underride it. Yeah, make him step. Make him actually use his little body. Yep, get your hands out in front of you and keep a feel of his mouth. Yep, inside leg, stretch up and look. Outside leg here. Yeah. So remember how you were riding the 20-meter circle when I kept having you change bend? Think about that with more leg. There you go. Keep a feel of your reins. Yeah, good. Between K and A, so this is the first corner, you're going to walk. So start preparing a little bit. Do a jog. Now shove him in the corner and ask for a walk. Yep, stretch up. Good. And so you use that corner to get him off that leg so he relaxes that jaw. F and E is your free walk. So does that make sense? And there when you brace, you're like, that sucks for you. You're going in this corner and walking. You went, oh shit, and put his head down. E to H, medium walk. Between H and C, rising trot. And then B, circle right 20 meters, A, down center line, X, halt, salute. So, oh, you trot between H and C, yeah. So before you trot or in that corner, make sure your reins are short enough that you can feel his mouth. Yeah, and then push him in the corner. But do it in the corner so you can get him off of that leg so he doesn't brace as much, right? And then B, 20-meter circle. Yep, add a little bit leg. Yep, stretch up. Good, so there when he wants to brace, just close your fingers and add more leg. He's wanting you to bait fixing that head, not making him like conform to your package. Does that make sense? Yeah. Actually, I think my letters are wrong. I think you halted more to X because I see that there. I'm gonna stand at your new X. Oh no, nope, I lied. Did I lie? I lied. Sorry. Outside leg. Now, yep. Shorten up your reins. Now think slow jog. Bounce the reins in your hands. Bounce. Yep. Yep. There you go. Now walk. Now halt. Yep. Bounce it in your hand. Yeah. Okay. Truthfully, second halt better.
Yeah, it felt better.
We're not going to fix it in a day, and you're not going to fix it on a straight line. Right? You got to do it on a circle first, and then Odin. Yeah, no. And when that's steady, then it's easier to do it on a straight line. But you know that going in, your halt is going to be a weak spot. You know how to fix it in that corner, and you know how to fix it in that corner. So again, that's one little box.
When we were doing the serpentines, the quality of these seems better.
Yeah.
Is it because I wrote it differently? I mean, I tried not to, but is it because we have straight going on?
Well, what do you mean? The chop felt better in the serpentines, or him being softer? Oh,
Softer.
yeah, he was a lot softer in it because you kept moving his body. So his body went from being here to here to here to here to here to here. So he could not actually lean or brace against you. You weren't doing this.
Yeah.
But it was just enough to move him around here.
So when I go in my test, should I think about doing that down the straight edge and around the corner and everything?
I would do it on your circles and a little bit on your straight side. The difference too is when you're riding through your test is your reins would get long. And as your reins would get long, you lost your connection. And then you lose that quality. But overall, your test is not bad. You know, you're also, and this is what I tell a lot of people too. When you ride here, and you're here, whether it's the horse, life, whatever, this is never good enough because in your head you have this. Even though this is the top where you're at with your horse because you were here. But you're not going to tolerate this because you were once here back in the blue moon. Take it because it's better than what you were a month ago. We forget this because we so focused on here. Life's different. You have what, 4 kids or that's 4?
This is 3.
Oh, that's 3. Still, you have a shit ton of kids, right? It's 3 too many. But you know what I mean? Like your goals are different. Everything's different right now. And even though you're telling me, oh, you love them and it's great and you just want to have fun, your head's still here.
I know, and I think I fight with that a lot, and I try to remember that I'm out here to have fun, and it's no big deal, because that's the mindset I want to have.
Right. But even though that's the mindset you have and you tell yourself that, you still have that little voices that like, yeah, but we were here.
Perfect. Yeah.
Right, but it doesn't need to be.
No.
You know? I mean, yeah, we can nitpick that dressage test all fucking day long. But what good is it going to do when the overall impression was good? And I'm sorry, you don't have rails. You don't have a dressage cord.
Well, I put PVC pipe like along the side.
But you know what I mean? Like,
it's still not.
You're not riding in an accurate court.
Yeah.
So your first time riding an accurate court, you're pretty decent. 20-meter circles, pretty decent. Yeah, I actually don't think.
B's not in the right spot.
No, I think it needs to be one over there.
But it's kind of right now.
Oh well, I don't know.
I wonder if you like your went to like a nice farm.
Yeah, well, I had it all taped, and because I make short cords out of it too, I think since the sun, people don't read the letters where it has markers for everything. So, yeah, 'cause I think it's supposed to be there. But they're gonna probably comment because they want his nose sticking out. But
Well, just a couple weeks ago, he wasn't putting his head down any lower, so
Right.
I'm very happy. I'm like, look, his head is down.
well, and that's the thing is the judge doesn't know that.
Yeah.
You do. Take it as a freaking win.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I got a massage on him, and it helped us relax a lot.
yeah.
He was able to stretch his movement, and he wasn't able, I think, to do that.
Who's your dressage? Who did your massage?
Her name is Katie. I don't know. She lives down this way.
Oh, okay, cool.
And she travels up.
I was telling Mackenzie that. I'm
Cool.
like,
There's nothing. There's nobody up there.
Nobody
Yeah.
out there.
he's always so fascinated.
I mean, I'm really happy with that. I wouldn't school it till you're fried in the brain. So.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Sorry.
You good?
No, finish. I just have a question when you're done.
So am I done?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Me too.
I'd be really
He
happy
felt
with that.
really good. And the
Yeah.
serpentines too.
Yeah. And also another thing is I'm a big believer when they do this white rectangle, they tend to get a little fear if we start schooling things a lot, which is why you get horses that kind of stress out at shows. Because we all go, we have to work, we have to be good, we have to do this. And since we don't have one that he sees every day, I also don't want to kill him in here either.
Yeah.
I have a weird,
So it works.
so.
Colton had like congestion.
I think he did good.
Yeah. Walk them around, walk in the jump arena, let them see all the different things. So it's not work, we're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really sweet.
And then I mean, it's funny because he's never ridden here before other than last week, but every time we go that way, he's like, oh, we're done.
And then you're just like,
It's like they know.
They totally do. I'm going to turn you off for a quick second.
and like 2 days
All right,
later.
bye.
Question for you. I have cats in my house, so I have to move out first. Do you or Nicole have openings this afternoon to like take over a lesson? Yeah. Well, we got our gas bill, so our gas bill is usually like $18 or $20, right? Went up a little good. That will work out.
So your mom was saying that we no longer clip their muzzle.
Oh, yes, don't clip the muzzle.
Okay. So I was just gonna do his.
Yep, so you can do everything underneath.
And then should I clip his fetlocks?
I just trim it up a little bit.
Okay. Because he does have halflinger, but he doesn't have enough feathering, I think, to keep it in the show, though.
Yeah, just do this
Okay.
here. Yeah, we're not supposed to.
Because I brought my clippers to clip them up today.
Oh, sweet.
So that was perfect. You guys are clipping today,
know.
too.
Perfect.
Thank you. I was just going to turn off my camera and then walk them around.
Yeah, super.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Good boy. Oh, do you want your mic?